if I just go on each map and just kind of show what you've got to start with at the beginning. I'm not going to build anything. I know I just put left-hand traffic, but I just have to. I'm British, alright? So anyway, so this one is Springwood. Oh no, wait, forget that. The map name is Cliffside Bay. Okay. 53% of the map is suitable for building on, so there's quite a lot of water on this map. We've got trains and all kinds of connections in this one. So let's have a quick look. They take a little while to load up, which is quite annoying. So this was probably going to actually take a little bit longer than I was initially expecting it to, but it'll be fine. We won't worry about that. We'll just get right to it once it's opened, and I'll just quickly show you what you have to start. Okay. So pause time. Okay, so we've got the highway joining us from quite a distance away actually. This looks quite nice. It's quite hilly by the looks of things. So that could pose some interesting challenges. We've got a boat in the water. As the name of the map suggests, there's quite a lot of cliffs and things. That's quite cool. The connection is just like a straightforward into the city connection from the highway, and I suppose you won't have to worry about doing any sort of crazy intersections and stuff until you reach up that end. So that's quite cool. This of course has not very much land for you to build on, but what I will show you is your natural resources. Oh, so okay. So there's a bit of forestry here, some fertile land, lots of fertile land if you open up this square next, which I would imagine people probably would. That's the obvious choice because you can make some pretty basic connections to the highway from this side, or maybe even up there if it reaches, which I don't know if it would. Might do. There's a big huge bit of ore over there. That's quite nice. That in the mountainside as well. I don't know how exactly you'd go about doing that. Looks like there's lots of forestry over there. That's quite nice. Lots of forestry there. Well, that ore there, man. That's where you'd want to get some industry in, but it's going to be awkward as hell on the side of that mountain. It's like Cliff Hill thing. What about wind? It's quite windy. I suppose it would be the top of cliffs. So as you're starting, I suppose you could get your windmills and stuff along here, and then maybe even some along this bottom bit. So that'd be quite nice. Means that you wouldn't have to go straight for coal. Yeah, so that's that map. We'll quit to the main menu and then we'll go on the next one. I think that one's quite nice actually. So Cliffside Bay, Foggy Hills will do. So this one has got about 25% more buildable area, which is quite nice, I think. We've got rail. Everything seems good. So let's have a look at this one. You know, I thought I'd show this because I wanted to look myself. So I figured if I wanted to look, some of the people might want to look as well. So I quite like that first one then. The first one was quite nice. We'll see what this one has to offer. Okay, so the connection is like right in the middle. We have a river here that we could build across over, and it looks like that highway kind of goes up there somewhere. There's an aeroplane there. So the highway kind of like is all over the place here, isn't it? Which is quite nice. And I think this is quite a simple bit of land to get yourself a nice little town going. You could have like a bit of a town going up here, a bit of forestry industry down there. I would be scared, like the problem with doing that is that you don't get the ability to make districts until you've got a couple of milestones, so you might not want to go straight to that. But yeah, let's have a quick look at your resources. Not that fertile land along here. I mean, it's fairly fertile, and even this forestry here is not as green as you might like it. It's not quite that dense. There's quite a lot of oil along there. Fertile land over there. Quite a lot of dense forestry over there. But also lots of oil in there. All the ore is around that side. And wind, I think, is the other important factor, because how are you going to get your power straight away? Along there's quite good. I always think that the wind farms look weird if you've just got them in land somewhere, because then you end up having to build things around them. But if you have them along the coast, you can kind of keep your buildings away from there. You can start zoning away from them. So yeah, I suppose you could get a decent little bridge going across here. I think you'd have to at some point, because if you was building on this side, you wouldn't want your residents to have to go along the highway all the way up there and then all the way back round here and back to here again, when you could just build a bridge, go across there, job done. So I think that's quite cool. I like that one. What's next? Let's have a look. New game. So Foggy Hills, Grand River. Oh, so this one has got no oil on it whatsoever. 84% buildable space though. So that gives you quite a lot of space to work with. So I suppose if you wanted a city with just like a mad population, this could be the one. You'd have no oil industry to play with though, which, you see, it's neither here nor there, to be honest. Oh man, you see, as a starting tile, that poses some challenges, doesn't it? A big giant river right the way through it. I mean, what do you do in that situation? I like that the highway connects on both sides, so you could probably, I mean, if I was going to start this right this second, it'd probably have a settlement over here that works totally independently of the people over here. I'd have a little resident thing over here, probably a bit of industry in this middle bit, with like commercial along the riverside, and then almost the same here. So I've some more industry here, and then I'd kind of wait a while till I connected these roads up together. I'd have these almost working independently of each other before I connected the cities together. I think that's how I'd do it. So that would pose some definite challenges. What we'll do is have a look at these again. So starting tile, not much to play with on the starting tile, no trees, a little bit of fertile land. So if you wanted to switch up what I was just saying, you could have a bit of farmland in on this bit, and then maybe have your residents along here, and only have a small bit of commercial, and then the same here, maybe. Oh yeah, what we want to do is look at the wind again. It was very windy. This is a windy city. Look at that. That is very windy. So I mean, you would definitely be going wind turbines all over the place on this. Probably all along the water. Wind turbines everywhere. There we go. So I think doing this has just got my... I'm just thinking of so many things that I could do. So Grand River, we've done that one. Green Plains, 74%. Got all the connections. We've got all the resources. I don't know why I keep doing that. I don't need to keep going on left-hand drive because I'm not building any roads. But the British person inside me is just saying, this is the side of the road you drive on. What other side? Why is that even an option? Of course, it's the left-hand side. We are right, everyone else is wrong. Obviously. Right, so this one, what have we got? Oh, so our connection is right over here. Oh, this is the one that I started on, I think. Yeah, I think it is. So I've actually started this one, and I didn't like that the first tile has a connection right in the corner. I'd quite like it to be in the middle somewhere. It just makes life a little bit easier if your connection is in the middle, I think. So yeah, I wasn't a massive fan of that. So I can tell you already that you've got fertile land over there. There's lots of trees all over the place. Bit of fertile land up there. A little bit of ore. Can't see any oil. Oh, there. There's some oil. So you could go over there if you wanted to get some oil started. And as for wind, it's, if I remember right, the wind is like right in the middle. Which is not much use unless you want a wind farm right in the middle of your city. And it seems as though you're starting over here. Like, where else are you gonna go? You've got nowhere else to start building. You don't want that, do you? So I didn't really like that. So I'd say if you wanted to do your power from wind, this isn't the map. So I've actually started that one, so I'm finding it quite hard to be enthusiastic. I'd say that looking at the other ones so far, I've preferred the other ones. Green Plains, River Run. 76%. We've got all the connections. Left on traffic, obviously.